Ever notice how one simple message can stay on your mind all day? While long detailed texts disappear in seconds, you reread it. You overthink it, you feel something. But you don't even know why that's not random. That's psychological pull. And once you understand this, you'll never text the same way again. Because attraction isn't built by saying more. It's built by making someone want more. And most people get this completely wrong. They try harder, they explain more, they text more thinking effort creates interest. But the brain doesn't. Stay hooked on complete information. It chases what feels unfinished. Think about a movie trailer. It never shows everything it gives, just enough to make you need the rest, and that exact same principle controls how people experience you over text. When your messages explain everything close, every loop, and leave no space, there's nothing left to feel, no tension, no reason for their mind to return to you. But when there's a slight pause, a half-finished thought, a message that opens instead of closes, something shifts, their mind starts filling the gaps, imagining meanings, replaying your words. And that's where the real pull begins. They don't check their phone because you said more, they check it because you made them feel something unresolved. And once you see this, you stop trying to impress with effort and start creating quiet curiosity that feels natural, effortless, and impossible to ignore. Now here's where it gets deeper. Because curiosity isn't just interest, it's tension your brain constantly tries to resolve. And this is driven by something called the Zeigarnik effect, which means unfinished things stay in your mind longer than finished ones. And you felt this before when someone says, "I'll tell you later," and suddenly you can't stop thinking about it. Or when a conversation ends slightly off and it lingers longer than a normal one. Texting works the same way when you reply in a predictable, complete way every time. You remove all tension. There's nothing left to return to, but when your messages feel slightly open, not confusing, not forced, just naturally incomplete, it creates a gap, and that gap is where attraction starts growing. For example, instead of saying, "I had a busy day," you say, "Today was unexpectedly interesting. I'll tell you later." Now you're not trying hard. You're creating a thread their mind holds on to. Or instead of answering everything instantly, you give just enough and let the moment breathe, because instant clarity kills engagement. But a little mystery creates emotional movement, and this isn't about playing games. It's about understanding that people value what they invest mental energy into. The more they think about you, the more important you become in their world. And that's why a simple message with curiosity can hit harder than paragraphs, because it activates imagination instead of replacing it. And once you notice this, you'll realize the most engaging people aren't the ones who say the most. They're the ones who make you feel there's always something more to discover. So the real shift is this: stop trying to keep conversations alive and start making them meaningful enough to return to, because the goal isn't constant attention, it's lasting presence. And that only happens when someone keeps thinking about you, even when you're not there. And you do this by creating small, natural curiosity loops where not everything is explained, not every thought is completed, and not every reply is instant. You let conversations end a little early. Instead of dragging them out, you allow pauses so it feels real, not robotic. And you drop moments of curiosity without forcing it like that. Reminds me of something, I'll tell you later, or you wouldn't believe what just happened. I'll explain soon. And suddenly everything changes, because now you're not chasing attention. Attention is coming back to you. And that's when attraction becomes effortless, because you're not trying to impress. You're creating an experience that feels engaging without pressure. And here's the truth most people ignore. People don't lose interest because you said the wrong thing. They lose interest because there's nothing left to feel. And when everything about you becomes predictable, the excitement fades. But when there's just enough mystery, not fake, not calculated, just naturally spaced and slightly incomplete, you become someone they think about without even realizing it. And that's the real power of curiosity. It doesn't chase. It doesn't force, it simply stays on their mind long after the conversation ends.